Hi everyone, are you like Kevin and Lisa? Sitting there looking at the images and trying to figure out how you can make this kitchen turn into this? Well, in today's video, this is exactly what we are going to be covering. How to improve your kitchen layout. We are coming with new videos every week to help you improve your kitchen design, improve your kitchen flow, and your kitchen layout. Giving you ideas, recommendations, and suggestions in your kitchen renovation. So please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll be giving you new ideas every single week. So going back to Kevin and Lisa, and a little bit of history regarding their project. As I mentioned in previous videos, you can click the link about what kind of questions and what kind of steps you take. The first step in your kitchen design is finding the reason and things that are not working with your kitchen. For Kevin and Lisa, they have 5 people living in the house. They love to entertain, they love to cook together, and this kitchen is really not serving them. So let's take a look at how we are going to improve this space. So to understand what we're going to do, we need to analyze first what is not working. So number one, they have not enough counter space. As everybody knows, counter space is very important, especially if 2 of you love to cook. So here they're very limited. As we see, the fridge and stove is located right to each other, and this is making very discomfortable to cook and use the fridge at the same time. You'd like to have some space on both sides of your stove for convenience as well as safety. In this situation right now, they're very limited. They have a fridge that's blocking them on the left, and they have a bump out that's not giving them enough clearance and flow on the right. So we have a solution for that. Also, another thing they have here is the bulkhead. This is an 8-foot ceiling, so these bulkheads are usually empty, especially in this house. It's a bungalow, so there's no second floor, there's no heating or piping that's going to the second floor. So most likely, if this is your scenario, this bulkhead has nothing in it. Sometimes what you could have is a vent that's going from your stove to the exterior wall. So that's one of the things that could be inside, which could be hidden behind a beautiful crown molding. Now in this elevation, this is basically the countertop that they have. Right of the sink is their working space. So it gives them kind of some sort of lighting. And as you see, they like to cook, so there's a lot of cookbooks which are taking up the space. So they are lacking storage. They do need a lot more storage. And since there are all these cabinets that are blind cabinets, they're not accessible and they're not usable. So that's another thing that's not working for them. They would like to also open up the space. It's very closed in, and it's just not enough to share for 2 cooks. Especially if you want to entertain, as Kevin and Lisa does, and they love to have friends and they love to communicate while they're cooking. In this closed-in space, you could technically communicate through this window, but that's again makes it very uncomfortable because there is a chair standing and you don't want people to there's no landing area. So if you want to have your wine and cheese and have your friends come over and talk with you while you're preparing your dinner, this is going to be kind of complicated. This is why we decided to open this place fully up and connect the kitchen with the whole room and making an open concept. Another thing that I noticed here is they're lacking storage. They really would love to have a microwave, but they just have nowhere to put it. So they have that hutch cabinet right there that they're using for additional storage for their wine glasses and their bottles. So that's why when we open up the space and we create something different, that can have that in place, which you see behind me. So there's a whole hutch unit that we made for them with some glass cabinet to make it more interesting, as well as place for a microwave that's hidden behind the lift up door. During the design process, I asked clients to give me their wish list for their appliances. On this wish list was a wine fridge that was kind of a question mark. They weren't sure if they really need one. So this is the question to ask yourself. Are you using it all the time? Do you need your wine to be chilled? Or this is once in a while kind of scenario? You just want it to be there because it looks pretty? Would you rather have more storage than having that wine? because with a 24-inch wine fridge, you end up losing all that space. After sitting down with Kevin and Lisa and analyzing the situation and understanding their family dynamics, then I go back to the office and I start working on 3D drawings that you see behind me. So one of the things that they were lacking is counter space. Like I said, they both like to cook, so it was important to divide it into zones, which is why I moved the stove into the island. In this case, Kevin could be prepping something on the stove while Lisa is working on the other opposite side, preparing or using the cleaning zone, which is the sink area. There's also a lot of counter space that was left on the right side of the sink, which she can use as a prepping zone, as well as a big island. In this case, right now you're looking at the kitchen. When we analyzed the cooking zone and having the stove in the island, it was a good idea to also raise the countertop and make it bar height. So when the guests come in, it gives them some landing area. It also gives a separation between the kitchen and living room and the dining room, as well as for safety, in case something shifts from the stove, you're able to have it go into the panel instead of going onto the people. Now I'm gonna have Lisa go over some of these design ideas that we put into their kitchen and see their feedback and see how they are liking this space. Now, and we just wanted to thank Lisa again for giving us the project. This one was very different and kind of exciting for both of us to design. It was a totally different space. It was all closed and dysfunctional. And we worked together with Falcon Manners, right?
Yes.
The contractor.
Yeah.
So he removed all these walls and he opened up the space and made it into and we made it into a right design for the whole family. So I'll just have Lisa go over the details and what works in the new layout, and yeah, if you...
Perfect. So this house was built in 1958. So like Oleg said, everything was closed off. So we wanted a very modern, open concept home, and Oleg did a fabulous job in designing this kitchen. It's not only functional, but the use of space is incredible. So we had a really big challenge here, which was the stairs to go into the basement. So we couldn't get rid of this section here, but Oleg came up with this design to make it flat, remove the corner cabinet, which was incredible, and he's given us the pull-out cabinets, which hold lots of food for, there's 5 of us in the house, so they're very functional. We've got the drawers, which it's incredible. There's no bending. The drawers on the counter here. So this used to have a stove and a fridge, and it's just, the function is incredible here. So couldn't have asked for anything better. Anybody who comes into the home, it's the first thing that they notice, and they absolutely love it, and so do we. We also decided to put the stove on the island because we entertain a lot. My husband wanted to make sure that while he's cooking and preparing food for people, that he can also enjoy the conversation with people. So this was incredible, changing it from your back to your company to facing your friends and family. What else did we do? We did a bow window, which gives us more depth. Hiding the dishwasher was incredible. So, you've got the function of the dishwasher, but you're not seeing it when you look in, especially having the entrance of the door looking right into the kitchen. So, all in all, this is incredibly designed. Couldn't ask for anything better. Then in our dining room, we had a small hutch, but we had a lot of china and stuff, and we wanted to design something. So originally we just had it kind of flush. That was my idea. Oleg came up with this beautiful design of having the centerpiece jut out, and it's just incredible. Hiding our microwave, genius, like simply genius. And the other one opens up as well. So I just can't say how happy we are. It just is incredible.
So that's what it is in terms of design. It all depends. Every kitchen is supposed to be different and according to lifestyle, right? So some people like to entertain, some people don't like, some have kids, some don't, in terms of, so every kitchen we have, we look at personal preferences in terms of what kind of storage is required. Do you need more open space? Do you need higher countertops? So we take each project
Absolutely.
each project differently, and then it's always exciting.
And the one thing I forgot to mention when you made that comment was we originally were going to have just a flat island, but because of putting the stove in here for safety reasons, we wanted to have the back piece a bit higher so nobody would burn themselves. And again, that was your idea, and it works, and it works great.
And again, getting feedback, working back and forth. So we worked out a few designs originally, and kind of tweaking the details. And like Kevin and Lisa, they cook together, so it's important to have enough flow and clearance, and just again entertaining and openness, and just all these details, they all add up. Even also closing this corner cabinet was we tried to minimize how much it's gonna come out, and it really hides that staircase. It just looks very kind of part of the kitchen. It's natural in there.
Yeah, and workspace, extra workspace.
And extra workspace.
Yeah.
So again, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
It was a pleasure to do this. It was exciting to design it. There's a little bit of thinking that needs to be involved, but our team, when we sit down, that's what we do. Every kitchen, we sit down and we look at it. We use every inch, and I think we did this in this kitchen.
Absolutely accomplished that for sure.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So I get excited talking to the clients and getting their feedback from the design that we created together. And in this case, and in many other cases, it's awesome. A lot of people love the design because we spend the time. When I design your kitchen, I'm not doing it one idea or the second. I throw it all out there, not to confuse you, but to give you different perspectives, and so you understand how you could be making it different. How are you going to be using it? It's very important to spend the time. I know everybody's busy. There's no time right now. Everything has to be go, go, go. But when I spend my time, the feedback that I get, that's what drives me to the next client. That's what drives me to sit down and think. What's the family dynamic? How are these people using their kitchen? What are they trying to accomplish? And the ideas come together, and they come on paper, and then I forward it to the clients, and we sit down, we analyze, we enjoy the process, and it turns out to be a beautiful kitchen design and space that the whole family can enjoy, where they can have friends over and they really, really love it. It's just amazing. There's so many different things that work. It's just everything has its place, and it's functional, beautiful kitchens. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had some ideas for your place. And again, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because we are going to be coming with different ideas and more feedback from our clients, so you can see how they're using their spaces, learn on their mistakes if there's any. In this case, there wasn't any. Lisa just loves her kitchen from bottom to the top. There's no mistakes that we made because we spent the time designing it. So I appreciate you watching. You have a wonderful day and have fun designing your kitchen.